Welcome to CTV News Your Canada. It's Thursday, November 6th. We'll bring you profiles of fascinating Canadians and stories about your community. Thanks for watching.
It's an annual tradition marking the beginning of Veterans Week.
And bringing together youth, cadets, as you see all around, along with veterans. And it's about carrying that torch of remembrance that we all have an obligation to carry forward.
A candlelight tribute put on by the Canadian War Museum and Veterans Affairs Canada to honor fallen heroes. This year's features a Canadian poppy blanket, brought here from Winnipeg, 8,000 hand-stitched symbols of remembrance made by people from across the country.
We do small events at school growing up. You know, we may go to Remembrance Day ceremonies, but this was a way for me and people like me and other people across Canada to actually show our thanks, and that's why it's so important to me.
The blanket isn't the only special addition to this year's ceremony. The Royal Canadian Mint unveiling a new $2 coin commemorating the 25th anniversary of the repatriation of Canada's unknown soldier. The special coin was designed by the same artist who created the bronze work on the unknown soldier's tomb.
This is the most appropriate place to unveil this, to give a little something back to the people who serve us so much by letting them see this coin firsthand.
Cadet groups and local youth paying tribute to the service, sacrifice, and resilience of those who put their lives on the line for Canada. On duty to place candles from those in the crowd who have served.
So I saw the cadets going up carrying those candles. They represent so many different ethnicities and spirituality and backgrounds, and so it just really shows how diverse Canada really is.
Sean Varden, CTV News.
They call it the Field of Heroes. These crosses in Sydney Mines honor the men from the community who went to war and didn't return.
They're the roll and roll, perfect lined up. The committee that does it does a great job.
There are 138 wooden crosses. 76 are for those who were killed during the First World War, 59 from the Second World War, and 1 from the Korean War. There is also 1 cross each representing the Merchant Marines and the unknown soldier.
All the names of Cenotaph are on the crosses. It's beautiful. Everybody comes every day. You take pictures.
The crosses were made by members of the Branch 8 Legion with help from a local contractor. And while the names are already on the cenotaph next to the Field of Heroes, those behind the project say to see the veterans' names on the crosses hits a bit different.
People call and want to know, could they put a cross here for one of their father or mother as a veteran? But we tell them no, it is only for the deceased members of the cenotaph. But again, the feedback is in the community is awesome.
Each year, the Remembrance Day service here in Sydney Mines is held here at the cenotaph along Main Street, with hundreds of people typically turning out.
Well, after a service, the people go down and you take pictures. You take their grandchildren down and walk through, have a look. It's amazing.
Each cross has been fitted with a light, giving the field a different look at night. But it's a striking display in daylight, too, particularly on a day when the flags that line the rows move in the wind.
I feel proud, very proud.
A fitting tribute and a tradition that's expected to be upheld for years to come. Ryan McDonald, CTV News, Sydney Mines.
There was a bright and brave little girl named Chrissy. She was 7 years old. She loved sparkly shoes, her stuffed bear named Buttons, and coloring rainbows.
The Zipper Club is based on Christine Montgomery's personal experience back in 1973.
I was the different child at school that wasn't able to run and play and skip and jump.
Doctors discovered a hole in her heart at the age of 5. She had her first open heart surgery at the age of 7.
I was scared. I was a scared little girl. And back then there was no echoes or ultrasounds, so these doctors were going in pretty much blind.
In 2020, she had a second round of open heart surgery. Montgomery says she decided more than 3 decades ago, when she was 25, that she wanted to write a book to help children and their caregivers. The book's mascot is named Buttons, a teddy bear that took her 5 days to crochet.
Emotional support, right? So something to hold on to, something to love when they're going through something very traumatic in their life.
A trauma she hopes to turn into inspiration.
If somebody has this scar on their chest, they should be proud They should wear it proud.
For more information on how to get a copy of the Zipper Club, head to our website, ctvnewswindsor.ca.
The countdown continues to the 23rd edition of the FIFA World Cup.
We are so ready for the world to come to this city of Toronto.
Former Canadian men's national team member and Toronto FC legend Dwayne De Rosario teamed up with the official mascots at Nathan Phillips Square to help hype up fans.
So now having the World Cup come to our country, it's just going to inject a different sense of passion, pride.
I feel really excited because I've been waiting for this moment, and I love soccer. I play soccer. It's my favorite sport. And I play on a team. I was really excited for this moment, FIFA, after 4 years of waiting.
Maple the Moose representing Canada, Zayu the Jaguar representing Mexico, and Clutch the Bald Eagle representing the USA, each serving as ambassadors of unity, diversity, and a love for the beautiful game.
Having the mascots here again, they create a different sense of excitement. They bring in the young fans. They create such a great ambiance in the stadium, outside the stadium, at the fan activation zone.
This will be the first time the tournament has been hosted across 3 countries in 16 host cities. Canada will host a total of 13 games next summer, 7 in Vancouver and 6 in Toronto. Fans are ready to welcome their fellow football supporters from around the world.
It's a fun you can't describe. It's very fun. It's my favorite sport.
That's what it brings. It moves passion, it moves feelings, and it's going to be a great opportunity, like I said, to showcase that to the world.
With 48 teams competing, this is set to be the largest World Cup in history. The city is buzzing as we continue to move forward towards the 23rd edition of the FIFA World Cup. Everything kicks off June 11th, 2026 and runs through to July 19th. Jessica Smith, CTV News.
This is just a small sample inside the University of Alberta's vast art collection. It holds more than 10 million unique objects.
They actually all have stories.
The U of A's art will be moving to a new home, 5 times larger than its current gallery. It's a chance for the public to see and learn something new.
I've heard people say, oh, I had no idea. I had no idea that we had those things at the university or in Edmonton or in Alberta or in Canada even.
Construction on the new 1,500 square meter gallery began in July. It will be located inside the telecenter on the school's north campus, shining a new light on some previously hidden pieces.
This is so much possibility with 30 collections on campus that cover from art to zoology and everything in between.
It's not just paintings and prints. There are also pieces of clothing and artifacts, including this Greater Prairie chicken, which is extinct in Canada.
By having a specimen, we can still learn about them, but we can also do research of why did they disappear from Canada.
The new space will also be for students to engage in workshops and events. No matter what you want to see and experience, the university says there's something for everyone to enjoy.
One exhibition we have in the gallery may not interest a certain group of people. They may just be like, oh, it's not for me. But I have a feeling that over time there will be something for everyone.
Entry to the gallery will be free, giving more people an opportunity to see the wonders inside.
This gallery and the content and the knowledge to happen without anybody having to pay for that.
The gallery is expected to open in early 2027. Miriam Valdez-Carletti, CTV News, Edmonton.
Closer together so that she'll have a nicer scar.
It's something veteran nurse Kyla Black, who works at Rocky View General Hospital, knows well.
I've always felt like I'm in the right place, doing the right work, and feel passionate about my nursing background.
On Take Your Kid to Work Day, she has brought in her 16-year-old niece, hoping to inspire her to follow in her footsteps.
I've definitely shown interest in being a nurse before, and being here definitely helps.
Jordanson is one of approximately 30 youth taking part in the event at Rocky View General Hospital. Family relatives are taken through 6 different stations, which includes performing on a mannequin in a simulated operating room and doing laparoscopic surgery, all while learning about the different careers in the field.
The neat thing is that there's a lot of kids that maybe weren't interested in healthcare and now are strongly considering that as a career.
Just ask clinical nurse Natalie Marshall. She brought her 15-year-old son last year who is now really interested in physiotherapy.
He's just doing his CPR first aid course that he's just finishing up in school, and so it kind of opened a whole avenue of something that he didn't know he was actually looking for.
Some of these students will possibly find their way back to Rocky View General Hospital for work one day, but what they will take away is an appreciation for what their family members do.
There's a lot more than what meets the eye, because there's so many things that people need to study.
Seeing what she does every day,
I guess I'm surprised because I never knew she did all this kind of stuff every day.
Tyler Barrow, CTV News, Calgary.
Not only are they talented musicians, they want to bring the music to every kid across Waterloo region.
I love to see kids learning the guitar and holding their first guitar and the excitement that it can generate.
Which is how Guitars for Kids was born, a nonprofit that calls themselves a kindness organization which just happens to dabble in guitars.
We take in donated instruments within the community in any shape, whether they be playable, unplayable, or totally damaged, and we rehabilitate those. They may need some sort of wiring repair or obviously, in this case,
donations, volunteers, and fundraisers have kept the program alive since 2014. So has the kindness of others. Franklin Storage gave them a storage space for free to keep their 80 to 120 instruments at any given time safe before or after repairs.
We operate with basically no money. Like we're a rock and roll blue box. We're recyclers.
But Franklin Storage was eventually bought by Minimal Storage, and within the last week, Guitars for Kids received a notice from the new owners that their arrangement for the storage unit was being terminated.
Meaning essentially we either have to start paying the full storage rates or vacate the premises by December 15th.
Their busiest time of the year.
That bridge is all broken.
And paying the rate is not an option.
So as the treasurer, that's a $2,400 a year unit. And that's pretty close to what we have in the bank. So that wipes us out.
Now they're turning to the community to help save the program from folding. They have been granted an uncertain extension on the deadline, but time is running out.
The best way that people can help us now is go to our website. It's guitarsforkids.ca. There's a contact form, and what we are seeking is basically a 10 by 10 storage space. And if they want to donate some money to the cause, they can also do that through the website.
CTV News did contact Minimal Storage to get their position on the matter, but we did not get a response in time for air. As for the men behind Guitars for Kids, they plan on leaving either way in search of more stability. And so they can go back to being the local guitar heroes they're meant to be. Spencer Turcott, CTV News, Kitchener.
Quel talent indeed. 13-year-old Francesco Vignone of Laval is getting noticed by the judges on this TV talent show.
They're like right in front of me and they're talking to me. It's very cool and it's a great opportunity.
It's very overwhelming and I'm very proud of him.
Francesco's signature sound is singing the songs his family loves.
And I grew up old school Italian music, always had music, and that passion transmitted to both my kids. I have a daughter as well, and they grew up listening to these songs.
Sure, he sounds like an old soul, but Francesco is a grade 7 student at Laval Junior Academy who's proud of his cool kicks and likes to build Lego.
Yeah, it's like a fun activity if I have nothing to do. And
not afraid of a challenge, Francesco recently sang a Puccini opera classic.
My last performance, which is the semifinals, I sang Nessun Dorma.
The judges and the audience liked it enough that Francesco was invited to the finals of Quel Talent. How does that feel?
There's always stress involved. Like, I can never take away the stress. I could reduce it, but it's always going to be there right before my performance. However, while I'm performing, though, everything's out. I'm just focused on my singing.
The finals are on Monday, November 10th. Until then, a reminder that Nessun Dorma translates as none shall sleep.
Absolutely not relaxed. If I make it to this week, I'm going to live forever.
Buona Fortuna, Francesco, bonne chance. Christine Long, CTV News.
It was a big morning in Orillia for the future of healthcare in the city and surrounding area.
And it's my pleasure to welcome you all to the opening of the Orillia Family Medicine Teaching Unit.
The new site is designed to allow residents to train for 2 years and includes hands-on training while caring for a roster of patients under the supervision of local family physicians.
They'll learn at the hospital, they'll learn on site, they'll learn with providers in the community, and we have some unique rotations where they'll get a real sense of the community and the surrounding areas.
Staff in charge of the new Family Medicine Teaching Unit say it will not only help attract new doctors to the area, but also keep them for years to come.
The impact this place will have on our community and our learners alike.
Heather Laxo is a co-site director for the new unit and a family physician in Orillia.
Similar family medicine teaching units in the area have a retention rate of up to 60%. So we expect that as our residents are here for 2 years and are exposed to our family medicine community and Orillia at large, that they'll fall in love with our community, and many of them will choose to stay.
This past summer, the program welcomed its inaugural cohort of physician residents, including Dr. Daniel Marinescu.
I've had the opportunity to train in many communities across the United States and Canada, and I can confidently say that the care, desire to teach, and level of commitment to education in the community that I've found here is second to none.
Now, the Family Medicine Teaching Unit will kick off its first year here in Orillia with 4 residents. The goal is to expand that number year over year moving forward. Rob Cooper, CTV News, Orillia.
Family Service Ontario has just launched the Men's Counselling Link, and the Timmins Family Counselling Centre is offering the service.
Since we are already serving men and having really a specific program for men and giving them those services that are free is just kind of that complementary to what we were already doing.
To get access to the Men's Counselling Link, dial 211 and get connected immediately to someone who can help.
If it's a crisis, they'll connect them with a therapist who will be speaking to them right away. Otherwise, they'll book them into that first appointment in the family service agency.
So now there's at least having some services that are covered by the ministry. Again, it's one session, a follow-up session, but it is a start to give that service.
The Men's Counselling Link will also assist men who are not in crisis.
If they're calling for, again, other issues, a 211 operator will ask questions and try to explore whether this might be a service that's appropriate for them.
Officials say the launch of the Men's Counselling Link comes at a time when demand for mental health and family services continue to climb. Regardless of the situation, they add, those calling just need to want to do better for themselves and their families. Lydia Chubak, CTV News, Timmins.
The new mixed media art installation showcases the history and spirit of the First Nations University. The mural has been a legacy project months in the making and was led by alumni and created by students on the Regina campus. The piece tells the university's story through the eyes of its students. Guided with teachings from the elders, it also shows the school's future for generations to come.
It's student storytelling, and the strength that they have, hearing what this place means to them and how it's transformed their life, and having that expressed again through song and dance and poetry and through visual art is just simply incredible for me. It's overwhelming.
The mural was made possible through a MasterCard funding grant.
This is a story that began more than half a century ago.
We're just tossing the ball like we've been doing since we probably about 11 years old.
Back in grade 5, when Chris with the hat and David without realized they had a couple things in common.
Music, football. What else is there?
When they weren't listening to the Beatles or passing the pigskin, Chris and David were making questionable choices.
You know, we were both sent to the back of the class. Yeah, if there was something stupid, we'd probably do it.
Well, David and Chris remained friends throughout high school and became roommates after, before they found themselves on opposite sides of the world.
Relationships, jobs, stuff like that.
Until 40 years later, Chris called David out of the blue, asked if he wanted to toss the ball, and effortlessly picked up where they left off.
Well, because he's got great taste in friendships.
That's the secret to the friendship?
Yeah.
After doing this almost daily since, what began as a way for old friends to simply have fun
Nothing better than football.
has evolved into something more philosophical.
So just a way to really just get back to my body knows more than my brain, because it's really hard to listen to your unconscious or be aware of it until you shut up.
So they silently throw the ball back and forth, engaging in a conversation unhindered by words.
It's exhilarating. It's good. It feels good.
Because what could feel better than knowing no matter how far you and your friend find yourselves apart, you'll always know how to bring yourselves back together. Adam Sawatsky, CTV News, Vancouver.